Together once again for our wonderful Master David Liang in the Northwest Conference School. It's an absolute honor for you to be here. I'm so excited to see your support and your involvement. Before I begin my formal speech, I'd like to recognize a non-English speaker. So, Lily, please introduce me. Please help me translate. So, this is my sister, Lily, but she's going to introduce. She does speak English. The person that I want to introduce is a non-English speaker and a potential client for Asian Service Center. The nicest and welcoming person that I ever known in my entire life is my mother there, Hui Jin Chen. So she will be one of the clients, potential clients for Asian Service Center.
他会是我们这个亚洲的一个会员。
Thank you so much. And is my beautiful wife Lisa here yet? She has to take my mother-in-law to the hospital this morning, so she might not be here yet. Anyway, I am very excited that the Asian Service Center has come to life in this community. As a first-generation immigrant myself, I came to this country 28 years ago. And I can only dream of something like this, an organization that will extend a helping hand to the newcomers. And let me tell you, I did struggle for a long time. I landed in Iowa in a small airport. My friend picked me up, took me straight to a restaurant, hand me an apron and said, "Welcome to America." And I start scraping dishes and scraping floor, learning how to cook. It's a long struggle. So an organization like this is going to help pull in the resources, the knowledge, the experience together to help the newcomers. And I'd like to point out that Asian Service Center is not only an organization to serve the Asian population, it's also an organization that is inside out. Is we, the Asian Service Center, will want to get involved with the greater community. We want to serve as a center to serve the greater community. So it goes both ways. So I thank you so much for being here today. I want to say a few thank yous. This would not be possible without the community support. First, I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to Northern Seattle Grace Church. It's Pastor Sunny and Pastor Ken here. So the reason being, this organization is just in its infant stage. We don't have funding at the beginning. Now we have a little bit, but the Northern Seattle Grace Church has graciously hosting this organization for free. Give us a home. Secondly, I have to acknowledge the Emmons Waterfront Center. Is Daniel Johnson, CEO. And board chair Karen, I see Karen was here. So I just want to say so much to thanks to this great organization. And with Daniel and Karen, they had this vision of this community center, this Emmons Waterfront Center, is a center for the community. They're not just kidding, they're not just doing their lip works. They actually seek out to be inclusion, and there's evidence for that. They have worked with the Latino community, worked with Juneteenth celebration, and many other events, and now the Asian Service Center. And they do all this for free. Today's event is for free. And I want to especially stress my appreciation to two of the more prominent funders for Asian Service Center. They have acknowledged and recognized that the Asian Service Center is a community partner. The first is Burton's with the hospital districts. They have they have stepped up and recognized us and give us the first pot of gold, so to speak. Thank you so much. And also the Hazel Miller Foundation is Maria is here. And Josh Rivera is also from the foundation. Yeah, so I appreciate for both great organizations. You guys have done so much tremendous work in our community, and you recognize this infant, newly formed organization. So thank you so much. And finally, I have to say thank you to our volunteers. And especially our co-founder, Crystal Xiao and Roberto Ha. I'm gonna get up in 1 minute. But I have to say this. They have put into tremendous, countless hours, not only put together this event, but also the actual services that's helping the community. It's the vaccine side, it's the beach cleanup, it's the Matthew Ballinger Park cleanup, even cleaning up trash on Highway 99. You guys did all this in your own time, and how much you get paid as an executive? A big deal. With that, thank you so much. It's lovely for you to be here.
On this gorgeous day, this beautiful building overlooking our lovely waterfront. A few months ago, I was asked to join this group to help drive this new nonprofit in Snohomish County. It was decided that we not only provide services to the Asian community, but also to the traditional underserved communities in this area. We hope to someday provide services to all communities in a culturally and linguistically appropriate way. Our vision, we believe everyone has the potential to flourish and achieve success and contribute to the better society. What does that mean? Our vision is to provide services, be it social, health, economic, or educational services to all, so that we all are on the same playing field to ensure our lives and the lives of the loved ones flourish no matter where our ancestors came from. In order to achieve our vision, We have a mission to enable and empower underserved communities by breaking barriers and building bridges. And now, my dear friend, Robert Hall.
Well, let's see, I'm supposed to cover this most heartful part, right? Most important part. So Asian Service Center, strategically focus on these 4 areas. So we have healthcare access, family support, senior care, and youth development. So we have done 6 vaccinations, and we serve over 60 people so far. And then, as you can see, David and Will is here. And then we also have a series of nutrition seminar from our Mongolian nutritionist. She's in Mongolia right now. Maybe she can get more stuff and bring it back. Okay, and then, we also have the seminar for seniors, which is home safety and Medicare and Medicaid, which we all needed someday, soon. And then we have the youth classes and training. We have the taxation. We have the admin police officer and come out, and also taxation seminar, and also traffic prevention. And we have the youth program and classes for time management and the other training class as well. And we serve so far, even though we are still infant stage, like Mr. Wheelchair mentioned, we have served over 339 people. So with your mother present today, we got 340, right? Just added one. Thank you. So what we plan to do in the future is we will cover the healthcare access, which is the most important issue, nutrition, wellness check, and screening. And senior care, home safety, long-term care, and will and estate planning, and family support, navigation, financially, legal advice, and civil engagement, and youth development, time management, college, financial aid, application, career, leadership training, youth camp, and parenting program. And, wow, done so much. So we can only do so much for our great team, but we need your help. And together we can build a stronger community. And together we can serve. So we need you. We need all your support. And thank you again for being here. And thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Vernon. And thank you, Hazel Miller, for our grant. Thank you again. Thank you.
Mr. Webster, with that compliment, I'll have to buy you a cup of coffee. So, thank you, good to see you. I didn't have a written script to begin with. I was going to speak from my memory, but when I saw this wonderful crowd, I forgot everything anyway. So let me just say a few things, and it's a short speech. When people like Robert and Crystal and Councilman Chen and many others, they come together in a completely selfless act to do something for the community, magic happens. And here's an example today. Wow, what a wonderful crowd, what a wonderful turnout, and the resources you're offering, commendable. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I also want to thank everybody else in this crowd, in the audience, who's supporting this wonderful, wonderful organization. So thank you for what you're doing. You're going to make a difference for sure. But I also want to thank everybody else, our immigrants who are here or here somewhere in the community. I want to say welcome on behalf of everybody here, and congratulations for taking such a big step in your life to leave your country behind and come to US. You know, when we come, I'm also first-gen immigrant. Councilman Chen, where are you? He left? That's not good.
You might look for his wife.
Oh. And just like you, Robert, I'm also
right there.
Yes. Councilman, come on, you cannot leave unless I'm done. So, just like Robert and many in the audience, I'm also a first-gen immigrant. I came here 36 years ago, 1987. When we come here, like many millions of people, we have a dream, we have a hope, we want to do something big. But more than that, we all have potential to do something big, make a difference. And why do I say that? We have potential. Because something I talk about, immigrant mindset. What it means is, we are open to anything. We are open to changes. We are adaptive. We are not afraid of change. We are not afraid of uncertainty. We are not afraid of the fog we have in front of us. We want to get beyond that and make a difference. And if you think about after COVID, lots of articles, experts saying things, these are the skills most sought after by any employer, in an employee, or in a leadership, or a management. Are you adaptable? Are you flexible? Are you nimble? Are you comfortable with all the uncertainty in front of you? And the answer is yes, and that's the immigrant mindset. You leave things behind you and you're ready for anything. And that's what we need more of. So you already have a great potential. What you need is someone to unlock the potential. Unlock it. And then center like this, when they are born and they start doing some wonderful things, a lot of potential are unlocked. So congratulations. So I'm an immigrant myself. I'm going to tell you my story briefly about my journey, in a light vein, so hopefully some humor sprinkled in there. So it's not a very serious story, but it's a good story. So not as inspiring maybe as yours, but the story nevertheless. So when I came, my brother came before me in 1981. He went to Ohio State for his higher education. My parents came to see him in 1984. They went back to India and they said, wow, what a country. Just drop everything and you should go to the US. And I dropped everything, literally, start studying for my TOEFL, GMAT from MBA program, and I came to US, went to Maryland. And I remember my first day, January 24th, JFK Airport, New York. In my life, I had never seen temperature below 40, maybe 40 Fahrenheit. And this was January 24th, snow all over. My brother could not come because so much snow, so he arranged for a shuttle service for me. I stepped outside the airport, it was -5 degrees. I came inside, I said, I want to go back to India. This is too much. I knew my world has changed forever. Anyway, I took the service, went to his home. Next day, he took me for a ride, and he stopped by a ATM machine, and this is 87, remember, before internet, before all the things, and he put his card in the ATM machine, and money came out. I said, what? This is magic. I said, is there somebody inside the machine? He said, no, this is all computerized, all technology. I said, wow. Yes. Then he took me to Kmart, some shopping. And in my life, I've never seen a shop bigger than 1/3 of this room, 1/3. Here I'm in Kmart. My just jaw dropped. So much selection, so many things to buy. What you're gonna buy, what you're not gonna buy. So anyway, fast forward, I went to my dorm at my school. And it was a struggle, everything was a struggle. I thought, well, English, we speak English, we know English. I didn't know something called American English. Spoken English, with all the slangs, southern, northern, all over. And that was a struggle. Even simple things like, people would say, hey, what's up? What? And I would say, thank you, something like that. Then after a month, I had a wonderful roommate, his name was John Polk. I said, John, what did they tell me? They said, what's up? What is that? He said, they're saying, what is up? Meaning, how are you? I said, what did I respond? He said, not much. Okay. Then I started saying, not much. So anyway, some struggles, some wins along the way. The one big difference was our education system. I was not a serious student back in India. I did not know why. I just thought, I'm just not a serious student. But I realized that the Indian system at that time, it's changed now, is very different. You had to memorize from grade 1. There was no semester system, it was annual, a 2-year system. You study for 2 years for your baccalaureate master and one exam at the end of the term. Nothing in between. You have to memorize and spit it out in that exam. And it used to be like 7, 8 questions, nothing like multiple choice. I didn't know what multiple choice is until I came to US. I said, wow, this is good. So essay type exam, and each question you have to answer like 10, 15 pages. I was pretty fast. I write 80, 90 pages in 4 hours. All subjective. And doing all of that, what do you get? Maybe 55, 58%, right? 60% was an A, 60, and it was a hard. I said, oh my gosh. I couldn't get 60 in India, how can I get 90? So I was worried. So I had to take my prereq accounting and accounting 101. My first test, I'm watching my step. My first test, accounting 101. And only 4 chapters to study, 4 chapters. Here I'm used to how many chapters? 300, 400 chapters for final exam. So I studied hard, and my test came back 98. I said, wow, it's not bad. So I was starving for good grades all my life. And then I got 98, and then 95. And then I never wanted to get, not just A, I wanted to get highest in my class. And I did, always the highest. So nothing different about me. I just studied hard, went to work on campus, studied hard, went to class, not much else I was doing. Sleep some, work hard, go to school, come back to dorm and study hard again. And that was the secret. You have to study in the US from day one. If you do, keep up, you will do well, guaranteed. Unlike India, when you have to study for 2 years, who wants to study for 2 years if there's no exam in between, right? What's the incentive? Nothing. So I won't study hard, just kind of goof off for a year and a half. Don't put in the press that I goof off. But you just don't study as hard. And then the last 6 months, you work hard, you memorize everything, you spit it out in the exam, and hopefully you do okay. So that was the system. Again, in the dorm, and then I moved off campus, mile and a half away. Didn't have a car, so I had to walk mile and a half, 3-4 times, winter time, didn't have any gloves. So I remember going to laundry and put laundry on my back and walk a mile and a half and come back. All of that struggle was fun. I was working, making money, supporting myself. Oh, by the way, my first job on campus, I have to tell this story. Am I doing good time-wise? All right, I'll stop soon. So there was an opening on my campus, and it said conference assistant. That was the job. I applied for the job. And I thought, okay, in summertime, my campus used to rent out space for family reunions and corporate and different meetings. So I thought my job was to arrange, organize conference, and so forth. When I got the job was working in the dining hall, mopping floor, doing the dishes. In the meantime, I had sent a letter, there was no email at that time, to my parents saying that, hey, I got my first job in the US, pretty excited, conference assistant, organize a conference, blah, blah, blah. My father said something to his friend. His friend understood something different. Then my father's friend wrote a nice letter to me saying something like this, oh, we are so proud of you, that with your new personality in the US, you got such a great job. We have heard you have become a chairman of a big something society. So the job mopping floor became a chairman of something big. Now literally the first day in dining hall, I was tearing up. I said, oh my goodness, people think I've become something big. But I took pride in that job, even though it was $3.35, minimum wage, 1987, remember that, $3.35? And that was a big pride for me. So anyway, I finished my school. People took chance on me. My professor of finance, I took his undergraduate class, and then once he was leaving town, he said, Amit, can you fill in for me for this one class? And I did, and that was a big hit. And then I thought, oh, I love teaching, at some point I would like to teach. So along the way, I learned a few things, by the way. For the job interview, my first job, dining hall, my brother told me, okay, going for your job interview, make sure you say good things about yourself. I said, what? In India, you cannot brag about yourself. Such a bad culture. So they said, no, you have to say good things. What you do, why you're good at these things. So I did. I bragged about myself, it worked, I got the job. The second job, I bragged again. Third job, and I can't stop bragging now. So it's great. So bragging means you have to be truthful, but you have to sell yourself. You have to sell yourself. Something else I learned, you have to stand out, because I didn't have a work visa, I didn't have a green card yet. So I had to stand out in the crowd and make myself look that, okay, I'm something different. So I did everything I could, even small internship, working off campus, working on off campus. Any opportunity I had to grab something, do something, volunteer, I did along the way. And that made my resume somewhat stronger. Also, I learned that when you go for a job interview, make sure you do a good homework. You know everything about the college or the entity than most people do. And Emily M, she used to be our trustee, and she was the co-chair of my search committee. Did a good job of searching for advanced knowledge and learning more about the things. I'll buy a cup of coffee too. So you have to be ready. You have to stand out. You have to do everything to make your resume look stronger, your skills stronger, your knowledge stronger, and then you can succeed. Anyway, fast forward again. I got my first job, investment analyst with a brokerage firm, and that was going well. I got my green card, and I switched my job to the next one, which was just too much. I was involved with some of the largest mergers in the U.S. back in the 90s. Everything was worth billions of dollars, and you could not make a mistake. Wall Street job, you could not make a mistake. And I remember those pressure and the stress. It was 15 hours a day for about 6, 7, 8 months, and then slowed down to about 60 hours a week or so. I burned out, and then my company got bought out. I kind of lost my job. So I thought, let's try a teaching job or a corporate job. I got my teaching job, and that's the starting of my academic career in 1996. So, again, along the way, many struggles, and many also wins along the way. But I knew that one thing, lesson learned, was if you work hard and try to go the extra mile, and as people say, extra mile is kind of lonely, right? There's not too many people. But if you do that, if you focus on your goal and go the extra mile, doors open up in this country. Unlike, you don't have to have connections, you don't need to have those other things. Just your hard work, dedication, and your commitment to your goal and focus to what you're doing will really open doors in the U.S. And that's my story. That's what happened to me. So, again, thank you to Asian Center for what you're doing for the community. And I'd like to say one thing to everybody, and including our immigrants, that I think Robert Kennedy said once that there are those who look at things the way they are and ask why. There are those who look at things the way they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening.